While the specs of the iPhone 16 line are sure to increase relative to the iPhone 15 series, it's less clear whether their prices will also increase or not. Some years the prices go up, others they don't, and there's even an outside chance the prices could go down. Adding further complications is the fact that Apple will sometimes increase the prices in some regions and not others. So we can't yet say with any certainty what price you'll have to pay for the iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Plus, the iPhone 16 Pro, or the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That said, between rumors and past form, we can make some predictions. A good place to start when predicting a phone's price is the price of the previous model, and you can see how much the iPhone 15 costs in different configurations in the chart. Apple isn't usually one to lower prices for new models, so it's likely that you'll be paying at least this much for the iPhone 16. But it's not impossible that the price will be lower, especially as a report from mid-2023 suggested Apple would switch its A17 Pro chipset to a more affordable production process at some point this year. That's relevant because the A17 Pro is likely to power the standard iPhone 16, and if Apple reduces the cost of producing the chipset, it's possible the company would also make the phone cheaper for customers. We doubt that though. More likely Apple would pocket the savings or put them towards other improvements, and anyway this is an old leak, so may not be accurate. More likely, we'll see a price increase, especially as a report from October 2023 claimed that production costs for the iPhone 15 line are higher than for the iPhone 14 series. Despite that, Apple broadly kept prices the same with the latest phones, but if production costs continue to rise then a price increase for the next handset seems likely. We don't expect a dramatic increase, but somewhere between the iPhone 15 starting price of $799 and a starting price of around $899 is our best guess for the iPhone 16. iPhone 16 Plus price predictions. The situation with the iPhone 16 Plus is likely to be much the same as the situation with the iPhone 16, in that if one of these models gets a price increase or decrease, the other probably will too. But let's start by looking at what the iPhone 15 Plus costs, which you can see in the chart. If prices are the same for the iPhone 16 Plus, as they may well be, then you'll be paying a starting price of $899. However, the same factors could affect pricing here as with the standard iPhone 16, which is to say that if the chipset gets cheaper, as has been rumored, then the price might decrease. But if production costs rise, as they may well do given that they seemingly did last year, then the price is likely to be increased, at least in some regions. In that case, at a guess the starting price could be as high as $999. We'd think that's more likely than a price drop. iPhone 16 Pro price predictions. While it's certainly possible that the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus will increase in price, it looks even more likely that the iPhone 16 Pro will. We'll get to why in a moment, but first let's look at how much the iPhone 15 Pro costs. You can see full pricing for it in the chart. So this is probably the minimum that the iPhone 16 Pro will cost, but there's every chance that it will cost more. For one thing, the cheaper chipset that the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus might get won't be coming to the iPhone 16 Pro, with this phone almost certainly set for a new and pricey A18 Pro chipset. iPhone 16 Pro Max price predictions. Of all the iPhone 16 models, it's the iPhone 16 Pro Max that's most likely to get a price increase relative to its predecessor. The same largely applies here as with the iPhone 16 Pro, which is to say that no leaks point to a lower price, and rising production costs may well mean a price increase, especially as one leak has specifically suggested that it might use a more expensive camera lens. So how much are we talking? Well, at a minimum we'd think the iPhone 16 Pro Max will cost the same as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, prices for which you can see in the chart. But based on possibly pricier camera lenses and general rising production costs, we'd think a starting price of around $1,299 might be more likely. And there's also talk of an iPhone 16 Ultra, which might launch either instead of or as well as the iPhone 16 Pro Max. We're not at all sure we'll actually see this, but if we do then that's sure to cost more than the iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Until next time, techies, stay curious, stay informed, subscribe my channel. Bye for now.